Okay, we are live. Hello and welcome everybody. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all that good nonsense. I am Ferret, also known as Sawyer. I'll be your facilitator for this game of bite marks on the Gauntlet. That is the Gauntlet-RPG, a collection of nerds who specialize more in narrative-focused games, PBTA, indie, OSR, that kind of good-natured nerditry. And this is Bite Marks, a PBTA game about werewolf pack dynamics set in the meticulous Gary, Indiana, a place everyone would want to visit and is on every morning show's prize giveaways. So we are a lovely collection of werewolves. Sadly, the full pack is not here tonight, but we're going to go around and introduce the players and their characters. And I think I will start in the ever popular character keeper order. So, Sarabelle, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Sarah Bell. You can find me on the internet in places at Nylota, Nylota. My boyfriend is making dinner, and I am playing our gray pelt grandma, Bess, who is just really trying to keep it together, keep these stupid motherfuckers from killing each other.
Okay, and up next, Matthew, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm Matthew. You can find me on the internet making cranky takes about video games. Um, my character is Cross. He is a once lost wayward soul, removed from the pack for quite some time and has returned to sort of find his place back amongst a community that isn't too happy to see him.
And Jesse, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, I am Jesse. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Cantrix, whose pronouns are she, her. She is the Howl, the spiritual leader, maybe, of this particular pack. Um, I'm still sort of feeling her out. But she's, on the older side, has been around the block, and is a little bit fed up with young whippersnappers trying to tell her what to do.
Good, and last time I forgot to record, we only got a little way in, but our pack has a few taboos and sayings that go with it. Our pack has these five bits of slang: the evergreens, people who were born into being a werewolf; the blooms, those who were bitten into their werewolfhood; a prodigal, people who left the pack and came back because that seems to be a thing. Glance, glance. A sun gazer, someone who is drawn to the human world to gain intel; and something that seems to be coming into play already, a vulpine or a collector. Dangerous hunters who collect werewolf pelts to turn into something similar. And our pack traditions are that the fact that humans who learn of us must be brought into the pack or broken. You always eat dinner with the pack, unless on business for the pack. And wash your clothes in the water of Lake Michigan when you return from the human world. That's just what you should do. And we no longer have any last wills or testaments in the pack. And last time, dinner was interrupted by a pack from Miller Beach who had found one of their members skinned and flayed on the beach. And the lovely Howland found out he was a traitor. And I think I want to, and the last thing we learned that is that singular werewolf had come from the same pack that Lawrence, a runaway werewolf who has joined our pack, had come from. But I think we're going to pick up pretty much right on the beach at the point of Cantrix having explained that this person was a traitor, hearing that another member in her pack was related to this cell pelt. And Cantrix, last time we left you, you were in wolf form. Are you sticking in that form as this information is brought to your knowledge? You're muted. Jesse, you're muted.
So
There you go.
I think I'm still in wolf form. Right, and it's sort of like I think there's like a defensiveness to it. And as I turn to, what was the NPC's name? Kayla?
Kalia.
Kalia. I have it written down somewhere. I think I wrote it down wrong. Kalia. And tell her, you know, that this wolf was a traitor.
Well, and then I think she looks at Vivica, who also known as Poodle, who looks kind of forlorn, looks you know, like she had been caught, you know, going out late and coming home to beyond the curfew, and Kalia just sighs. No more renegades, no more outcasts. This one came from outside our pack, said that they needed a place to crash, needed a place to stay. Vivica, I assume, had a thing for him, gave him sway in her word, so we see how that turned out.
Yeah, well, should ask more questions.
Are you telling me how I should run my pack, Cantrix?
I bare my teeth. Is it a smile? Is it a threat? Unclear. And I say, I'm Monday morning quarterbacking, Kalia. But it's what I would have recommended to my alpha.
Do you think you're making a move here?
I don't think I am. I was thinking, like, I'm not trying to get her to do anything. I'm not like challenging her. I'm just sort of like, you know, being kind of obnoxious and provocative.
Gotcha. And
And
Kalia,
that's not a move in this game, I don't think.
sadly, no. Kalia will just whip around. Like, you've done what you were brought here to do. I can take you back to your territory now if you would like.
If there's nothing else you want from us, I look at Cross.
Yeah, and Cross, how are you feeling about all of this?
Unsettled, perturbed, but I'm still reading the situation.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to maybe read Kalia? I mean,
Yeah, sure. I will open the census. I'm trying to remember what the terminology for that
Harness
was.
the Wolf.
Yeah.
And we have a rolling room this time. It is in the pack tab.
All right.
I'll drop it in the chat also.
We'll be rolling with Heart.
Yeah. Where is this? Sorry. There we go. Roll with dice. Okay, we're talking 2d6. Oops, that's one too many 2d6s. And we are adding a heart of 0. Oh,
Woo,
10.
10.
Oh,
I
yes.
believe that is 3. Let me check. Or is that, yeah, ask 3 questions.
Hmm. Um, would they happen to be hiding anything from us? Like, hmm.
Like, what smells wrong here, you think?
Yeah. Well, not just what smells. Oh, yeah. Well, sorry. I think that's what you meant. By what smells wrong, I guess what I'm getting at isn't just like what is amiss in the situation, but also whether there is any sort of like deliberate withholding of information in order to lead to a particular action
I
on
think
the
it,
part of, yeah.
I think there's like this. The wind picks up around Kalia, and you smell, her perfume a bit. But then the sense of all the other werewolves she's met with. She's a pack leader of Miller Beach, the one of the richest areas in Gary, Indiana. If this traitor to werewolves was selling off other werewolves, they came to her. And, if other werewolves are missing, it's probably due to her now.
Yikes. Uh, so and between Kalia and Vivica, I want to know like who is dominant in this situation.
Oh, Kalia.
All right. Okay. And what do they really want?
I think Kalia wants to, like people who have been gentrified too much, she wants to sweep this under the rug. She feels like it's like what's threatening her pack is over with. I mean, they skinned the member of
Mm,
her pack, so and they skinned her cell pelt, so it's she feels if she gets rid of this information that it'll go away.
so there's no sense of like trying to do right by what's happened.
Not for anyone else.
All right, I'll take note of that. Yeah, sure. And I think I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, wait, that was 3 questions, right?
Yeah, that was 3 questions.
Okay, all
Do
right.
you want to act on any of them? You'll gain +1 forward to act on them immediately.
Mm, whew, the last time I tried to press my weight on them, it didn't go well. So I'm maybe not.
Yes,
Do
but
it
now
for
you
the
know.
XP.
Yeah, but
I'm
now
sorry,
you
what?
know.
Do it for the XP.
Oh well, you know what? That's not a bad idea, and it's also dramatically more interesting.
Yeah, do it for
So
the giant fucking mess we're gonna get in.
Yeah, I
I know,
mean, now you
right?
have a
Yeah,
+1 against Vivica. This will be fine.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I know something's wrong here when I'm the voice of reason. So I'm going to I'm yeah. Let's switch that up. I sort of challenge, I guess, Vivica. I'm not sure what the move would be. Is oh god, Vivica
I think you're
again.
dominating her,
Yeah,
technically.
yeah. Let's see. Dominate.
First move.
Oh, it's her first move.
Roll with
Okay.
teeth.
Uh, I'm trying to figure out something that isn't just speech and intimidation. uh, whew. Any suggestion, guys?
Uh, could be, we heard what Kalia's ties are. What are your ties to
Mm,
him?
Okay. I'll go with that ish. But so basically, I go up to Vivica and I say, "Look, you tell us, you and Kyla tell us that you want something done about this, but um, if we pursue this matter, we will pursue it to like to a sense of justice that suits us as a pack, not yours."
Ooh, oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. I'm not sure that still counts as dominate. So GM, like, how would you rule that
yeah.
interaction?
Let's see.
I mean, if it is dominate, then that's fine. But I guess I'm just leading with RP first before mechanics.
Yeah, I think I think you're acting on instinct too. I mean, like
Right.
your instinct is to say, like your pack won't get away with this kind of thing. So I think
Yeah.
it's almost making a challenge in a way, but not the move make a challenge. But
All right. So so you believe it's an act on instinct.
yes, I
All
believe so.
right. I will roll feral then.
Plus
Feral
one.
at plus one. Let's do it. Oh no, I my feral. Oh, plus one forward. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Rolling it. It is a 6-7.
Okay. So ooh, and I think I think you see Vivica kind of shrug, and you see her like starts like enveloping herself in that big fur coat of hers as the wind picks up once more, almost like she's trying to hide, and then her wolf instincts get the better of her. It's like I was just trying to be nice. I knew what was happening to those people from his pack, all of the ones who'd scattered to the winds. I guess I see why they scattered now. I mean, if they're selling out the pelts of other werewolves, no wonder they're being hunted. At least the one in our ranks is dead now. Can't say that about you, can we?
I glower.
What the fuck do you mean by that?
and and Vivica, like, I think shrinks back for a moment, and uh, Kalia, turns and takes in Cantrix. Like, what my pup means is that if there is a reason for that pact to break up, well, maybe we aren't the only ones who should be asking questions.
What's the play here? Yeah, I think it's just like a growl and a glare. And I don't know that I want any. I mean, you tell me. What I kind of want here is just like a recognition of like is like them to step back. I don't want them to do anything necessarily, but like I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to establish like something kind of hierarchical. Which is like tough because they're the rich pack and she's the alpha and I'm just the Hal of the poor pack. But like I'm sort of trying to like
I mean, you could wield seniority in lieu of like all those other hierarchies.
yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm doing, right? Meaning like I'm being defensive. I'm still in wolf form, right? And I'm sort of like my hackles are raised, my teeth are kind of bared. Um, but it's not like I'm trying to get them to do anything specific. You know what I mean? This is not like dominate or anything like that. It might not be anything. That might just be like I'm setting something fictional here for them to either push back again for. I think that's what it is, right? It's like she can push back harder or back off, right? That's sort of where I'm at there.
Yeah, I think
So
it's just like a narrative.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a role
the
here.
flare. This feels like a provoke spill if they were a packmate.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
And that's when Kalia takes 2 steps forward, and then there's this black wolf with a white streak down her left flank in front of Cantrix, and she snarls, her hackles raised. "You're on my territory, old bitch. Now listen here. If you want to give me lessons on how to run my pack, fine. But you do it with deference in my territory."
Hold on.
I mean, she did ask us to come over, so it's not like
Yeah. I think that's what I say to her. I'm like,
yeah.
and I think there's like a sort of grudging sort of like acknowledgement in what I say. I'm backing off a little bit, but it's like you invited me here, you demanded my help. I asked nothing in return, and this is how you repay me.
Mm-mm.
And now I think this is dominating. I think this is like back the fuck off and recognize what you're doing and who you're speaking to and why I'm even goddamn here.
Okay.
And like
I just want to say like out of game. I'm going woo, woo,
And
with a little pennant with your name on it.
I forgot to add the team the pack pool last time, and
Oh, that's right.
we should be at 3 because I remember there was a successful.
Yeah, we're at 3. You've got 3 marked there. I don't know if you just marked it.
Yeah. But roll to dominate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good. Which is plus what?
Plus teeth.
I'm not good at teeth.
Oh Jesus.
Oh no, I failed. That's quite bad.
I don't mean to be all D&D about it, but
oh no, that's plus 1. I still failed.
Maybe I should have rolled that one.
No, I'm happy to have failed. Does this count as being in wolf form? I imagine it does.
It does. So you mark
yeah.
one and I think Kalia lunges at you and grips you by the neck, but and you feel the teeth. Like it's the thing, where you can feel it. If she clamped down, it would do great damage, but she's not actually doing anything but like leading you to the car.
Yeah.
And but as you get to the car, she takes you back to the trunk instead of the like any of the doors. And I think the driver of the car comes out, opens up the trunk, and I'm going to ask, what material thing would Cantrix have given a body part for?
That's a good question, because she's not like particularly
Feel free to add like lore. Like, it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be like something like you could buy in a human realm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's something that belonged to the first alpha I served under. Right, I think that's what it is. I don't think it's anything like fancy. I think it's like a scarf.
Yeah, I think she like the trunk opens and
that alpha's name was Ellen. We'll call her Ellen.
Okay. And the trunk opens and there's this suitcase in there, and inside in like one of those vacuum seal kind of packs is Ellen's scarf. and she like lets you go. You think I would come empty-handed asking for your help?
Yeah, I mean, I back the fuck down, right? If Cross doesn't do anything, I'm just like, this whole situation has me riled up, and I nod. I still, I think anyone who's looking closely can see I'm not happy about it, right? But like the outward form is maintained, right? And I sort of nod, and I should not have doubted you. Um, uh, and I'm glad to have helped. That's all. Well, that's pretty much all a lie.
And she'll like get you into the car, get Cross into the car. If I think that will be the scene. I want to see what Grandma Bess was up to that entire time.
That entire time.
Yeah, so I think we left you after, like, just as a dessert was being served, and
Everything exploded.
with Kendra's there, lots of the Cubs are there, Lawrence is there, and yeah, it's just after the pack and the others had left. What was Grandma Bess's reaction to dinner being interrupted like that?
And it's that very like tight-jawed, I'm going to keep some level of civility in this goddamn family, you fuckers. In like relying back on just like the sense of decorum, in that like, no, you guys need to sit and we are going to finish this dessert, and we are going to talk civilly about anything other than what the fuck just happened.
And I think the Cubs start breaking out. You're like, who was that? I've never seen that. Well, like, she smelled weird.
Yeah, that has never really changed about her.
And I think Kendra looks up, like, what was your relationship with that one?
Kali and I go back longer than you, and longer than your father even. And we were, hi Gordon. And our relationship has been messy and complicated. As complicated as the relationship between us and those on the beach.
And I think she nods and thinks about the rest of Gary. Just it's
We were
hard.
good back when things were good. And now that we're not.
Mm.
It takes a lot for her to come and ask us for something.
Was she one of us before?
No. But we were more civil with our neighbors.
And I think like you hear like someone whispering down at the end of the table at something, and then like some of the other Cubs just going, oh, as they start like realizing what that meant, or at least assuming what that meant.
They aren't wrong.
Yeah, Kendra snaps her fingers. I think let's see some of these.
Do we have a place for NPCs right now, or
have them written down in my notes, sadly, and no place in the character keeper. But I think it's Nathan, that incredibly bright kid who, had a great future. Werewolf.
Works at the Fine and Dime now.
Yeah. And I think he finally just slams his hands down. It's like, that's enough. You will show some goddamn respect to her. Like, just like she was young and vivacious, like all of us were once. Now, we'll just let her have her stories.
Vivacious enough to whoop your butt if I need to.
Oh, do you think you are trying to dominate Nathan, or
Oh, absolutely.
okay? Let us see if you can put this whippersnapper in his place.
My teeth is not great, but you know, it is what it is. It's a 9 anyway.
Okay, and I think let's see. Yeah, I think he stares you dead in the eyes. There's like that time where it's getting where it's going from I respect you to this is getting serious to what the fuck you gonna do, punk? And like right before he gets to that edge of one of us has to make a move, he rolls his eyes, turns his head. Whatever. Look, I just think we should focus on other things besides the Miller Beach pack. I mean, if they came here asking for help over that kind of shit, shouldn't we be shoring up our own neighborhood?
Ooh. Look directly at Kendra. That's not my place to make those choices.
And ooh, Kendra, I think you catch Kendra like mid bite of cheesecake. You know, takes a few chews, swallows. I'd like to hear what they report back to know what's going to happen first.
Whatever it is that's going on out there, it isn't good. And as much as you want to deny it, it is what it is.
I'd rather have conclusive proof of what it is before I decide to send everyone out to handle a job which may not be required.
Those are your choices, and you'll be judged for them.
I would say, do you think you may be bringing up a tradition that Kendra may be breaking with that move of yours?
Oh, with the Warkeeper?
Yeah, do you think, is there something that this pack is usually there? Is there like a law that could be do you want to basically do you want to introduce something to the fiction right now?
I don't think at this moment. I want to wait till people get together.
Okay, I think dessert goes pretty well for the most part, while things are being I think put up, handled. There is a landline phone call in the house, Bess.
Because of course there is. Who can afford cell phones at this in this economy?
I think landlines are definitely one thing for like having a like it's probably like I imagine it's the werewolf work line. Like werewolves call here, so we don't like risk GPS.
Also, again, in this economy,
That too. Who can afford burners?
yeah, yeah. No, since we're finishing up dinner, I'm gonna go pick it up.
Yeah. And I think this is another werewolf from a bordering neighborhood of Pulaski. And I guess I'll give you the options since I'm being nice tonight, Grandma Bess. How do you best know this werewolf I'm going to call, oh, uh, Kayla?
Kayla from Pulaski.
And Pulaski is like Atna, but barely better. It's like they worked at a factory that didn't close down for a bit.
For a couple years after.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I used to take care of her kids so that she could go to work.
Ooh. Yeah. And I think
So we're pretty cordial, but the kids are older, so it's not as warm as it used to be.
yeah, I think she you answer, you hear Kayla's breathing on the other end. Just I think you can hear like one of her kids in the background. You you recognize the cadence, but the tone is much older now. Like oh, that's Brandon. Oh, Brandon's old. Oh, I'm old.
Oh,
and,
it's deepen.
and but Kayla finds like, Bess, is that you?
Yeah, just wrapping up dinner.
You haven't you haven't seen that no good son of a bitch husband of mine, Orion, around anywhere, have you?
Depends. Do you want him alive or dead?
I'd like him alive because if he's dead, I can't get anything out of him.
Now, either way, the answer's still no, though. He's not one to run off like that. He's a son of a bitch, but
I know. I'm worried. There's been talk of wolves going solo lately, and not like that cross fella of yours, and the fact that they come back alive.
he's fine. He's
You let
fine.
you'll let me know if anything happens, if you
Of
find anything
course.
out about him.
Need one of us to go take a look around?
No, we're gonna go on a walkabout soon, but I'll ask permission but to Kendra if we need to come on your territory.
If you need to come onto our territory, just let me know. We'll send some people out. I don't. Things are happening. I don't know why, but I think this is bigger than just us.
Okay, and that's when you hear it. That weird telltale hum of someone else, a third person on the line.
I'm gonna look around. Is there a second phone in our house?
There is. It is in I think the like the old master bedroom.
So way out of I like way out of my line of sight.
Yes.
Yeah. Nah. Like I said, I haven't seen Orion. If you need some help during your walkabout, I'm here and I can get some people. But I honestly don't think anything happened to him.
Okay, I hope you're right. Thanks. I mean, I figured since you guys were so close, I'd check in. And she'll hang up, and the other line is still, there's still that kind of humming sound of the other line being held, not wanting to hang up first.
Hello, Kendra.
No response.
I'm gonna quietly set the phone down.
You hear,
Not onto the receiver, just like onto whatever table.
yeah, you hear the phone click on the other end as it is set down on the receiver. But
And try to beat this person to like try to head over to the master bedroom. Catch them before they leave.
yeah, I think you are definitely acting on instinct. Let's roll that feral.
All right. 8 plus number plus 2.
Two. Yeah. So yeah, I'll add one to the pack. You do it very well. Do you want to describe how you just do this, or do you want the narrative to go to me?
It's one of those things. This is my house, and it's one of those things where you've lived here pretty much your entire life. You know this place by heart, and you know where all the like squeaky boards are in the house. So it has just come with practice being able to sneak around this place pretty silently.
Yeah, and you will catch. I think you will catch Lawrence leaving the master bedroom as you get to that end of the hall, and
Oh,
he jumps as like he like closes the door and then sees your shadow land on him.
no one allowed you to be in here, Lawrence.
I'm Kendra's hand. I can go where she's allowed to go.
And if Kendra needed to listen in on that phone call, why didn't she?
If she wanted you to know, you would know.
And now I do. So why would Kendra like to listen in on my phone calls?
I, ooh, God, do you want to read him,
Well,
basically,
absolutely.
or harness the wolf, or maybe provoke him to spill?
That one's more fun.
Yes.
No. And I think I'm the way that this works out in the fiction is just like taking his hand just very gently. It's like, I'm not saying I don't trust our alpha. Clearly not. It's just I remember when alphas did things a little bit more directly. And I feel like this is a case in which we would need to go back to that. Uh, 7 plus 2. That's a 9.
Yeah. So, um, you choose. Are you going to spill as if they rolled a 10 plus, or are you going to let them omit an aspect of the truth?
Let them omit an aspect of the truth.
Ooh. Okay.
I feel like that one's always more fun.
And Lawrence sighs. You know, I ran away from the pack, my old pack, before I came and joined this one. They were they were targets. All of us were targets. Just co- collectors don't just need a pelt from any werewolf to complete their collection. If they want to get it's rumored that if you want more power, if you want more control, if you want more energy in the wolf form, that you take the pelts from the same pack, the same bloodline if you can. They've been hunting my pack for a long time. I was just the first one to get the idea to split up.
So you're saying that you've brought a collector into our midst.
I thought I'd be leaving the pack behind me and they'd get enough pelts. I didn't realize they'd all break and run.
You're clearly wrong.
And I think that's when the Kendra, you hear Kendra start calling everyone back, and the door opens as Cantrix and Cross are brought back home. How are you going? Are you going to continue this conversation before meeting up with the others, Grandma Bess?
I can definitely smell that it is them coming back. So no. I think it's a we will discuss this later. You, me, and Kendra
And I
later.
think you were definitely very measured. Mark a experience point on the human path.
Yeah.
We and yeah, Cross and Cantrix, you were let off at the yard to the main house, and can head back inside as Kalia and Vivica and the Saint Laurent pack are driving off back to Miller Beach.
So I want to go inside, but first, I put my hand on Cross's shoulder, or even like I think like in the middle of his back, and I say, listen, that was a tough situation. I'm not upset you didn't intervene. That was the right call, and you did good back there. I want you to know that.
Thanks.
You feel okay about it?
I do feel okay about it. Actually, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more, a little small bit of welcome there. So, yeah, that means something to me.
I actually was trying to. I'm trying to provoke spill here.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I was scrolling. Scrolling through the rules
Okay.
just to make sure. Just to make sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. If I roll that ferret, or is that
Yeah.
enough to trigger the move?
Roll with heart.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is 7 plus 1, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 plus 2, so that's a 9. Still
All
not
right.
any better. So what do? That means I choose, right?
Yeah, you choose.
Their response provokes me to spill as if they'd rolled a 10 plus, or they can opt to omit an aspect of truth. No, I want them. I will spill back. I will spill right back. But you first.
All right.
You
So
have to openly and truthfully express one of the following.
yeah. Okay. So I will truthfully wait. So do I roll also, or just like I respond with an emotional or expositional response?
Just do the thing.
Yeah, you do the thing, and then we get more pack pool, and we each get a tie on each other. What basically is.
Okay. So I will admit that I thought things seemed more certain when like as the days have passed in the pack, but now this turn of events has forced me to think about the bigger picture in terms of like interpack relations, and now I'm feeling more lost and confused as to how I'm going to reconnect with everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, you can see me I think I like put an arm around you, like an almost like a comforting arm, and I sort of hiss, and I'm like, I know exactly what you mean, and I am so fucking angry at Kendra. She just let Lauren. Oh, she just, this is the way I also get to give this information to Cross, which I hadn't been planning to do, but this is like part of the spill, I think.
Yeah.
She just fucking let Lawrence in the door. And he's from the same pack as that dead turnpelt that we found.
I just got here. I just got here, and I have to admit that I have my doubts, about our alpha. I just don't feel entitled, or I don't feel like I have the place to call that out. I feel like I'm the last person to call that out, but those doubts still gnaw at me.
Yeah, none of us are entitled is part of the goddamn problem. And I think with that, if it's okay with you, I storm into the house. We take 2 more pack pull, right? Because we each spilled. Yeah, I did it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Right. So I storm into the house, and I'm
I
like,
fo- I follow quickly after, like with a sort of like more
yeah,
muted anger, but at the same time, sort of like watchful that you don't
mhm.
do anything that we might all regret,
And I'm
but,
like,
but also being like backing you up. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Kendra, Grandma, can we have a private word, please?
Indra's like looks up, looks kind of shocked. It's like you you just got back from the excursion with Collio. I was hoping you would tell the pack what happened.
I would like to tell you what happened.
And I think it's at that point that the Bess like comes into the main room with like her hand on Lawrence's shoulder.
Hmm.
After that, like we're going to talk about this later conversation.
Yeah, and I make eye contact with you, I think, and this is like a sort of we've known each other long enough. I hope I can communicate this wordlessly, right? Which is that like I sort of make eye contact with you and like look over at Lawrence and kind of just like let's say lick my lips. Um in sort of like a call it a nervous way. Um and I don't know that it's something that like Kendra or Cross or the pups could pick up. But I'm hoping you can. Um, and I say I would
It's your town.
Kendra, I would very much like to tell you and perhaps Grandma Bess as well what happened before, and then you can decide how to handle it among the pack.
Damn. Well, I think Kendra's hackles raise, but she will allow this for now. She will, I guess, begin walking back to the master bedroom with whomever is going to follow her. Of that whoever Cantrix wants.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Pats Lawrence on the shoulders, like you can help the Cubs clean up.
And I sort of, give Cross sort of like and this is a little bit more overt, especially since Kendra's back is turned,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I sort of like give Cross a look where I make eye contact with him, and then like glance over, like keep an eye on Lawrence, kind of look there.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I do, in fact, keep my eye on Laura.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm also keeping on my eye on my cats. They look like they're up to shenanigans.
And
That's why I keep looking.
I think this is a nice, tense moment to take a break. Let's be back at 12 after.
Hey,
and
thank you.
make
Thank you.
and make sure my cats aren't in the kitchen.
Are the other two with us? Let's see. I think it's going to be Cantrix, Kendra, and Grandma Bess going to talk with each other, right? Leaving Cross back to watch Lawrence.
That's a scenario I was trying to set up. Grandma Bess, I think, said she was going to follow.
Just to
Okay.
be perfectly clear, like I think I got it right, but I just want to be sure because I don't. Lawrence is the one who's suspected to be a Turnpelt.
He's the one who's came from the pack where that other person came from.
Okay, okay. So
And
not a suspect so much as an accomplice.
it, Grandma Bess knows more than you do in character, but it seems that something's up with him and his old pack.
All right, all
Right,
right, all right.
right. And the implication that, like, Kalia also implied, right, not about him directly, but that the members of his pack were all sort of somehow or another in cahoots with this collector somehow.
No problem.
If I understood Kalia right, which I think I did.
I'm back.
Hooray!
What did Kalia say?
Just that she strongly implied that the members of this pack that Lawrence and the Dead Wolf were from were somehow or another in cahoots with the collectors, or had bought their lives somehow, or she didn't have like a clear thing, right? It was just like general sort of casting suspicion towards them.
Yeah, general paranoia.
Yeah.
Do we have a name for the pack that they originate from? I think it would help bring clarity in my brain if I had,
We
because we
do
have the,
not
Be-
have.
the Miller Beach pack and we have whatever our pack is.
We have the
And
Miller Beach pack. We have the Atna pack. We have the Pulaski pack. I think Lawrence's pack does not have a name yet, but could be like the disbanded if you'd like, since they're no longer a pack.
They probably originated from out of town anyway, so
Yeah.
You could just think of them as the out of towners or whatever.
yeah.
But anyway, so do we? So I say to Kendra once the three of us are in privacy. It was a shit show out there. Oh, and I'm definitely wearing Ellen's scarf, by the way.
Hmm.
And is Ellen anyone to Kendra? Is it like her great grandmother?
I mean, how does succession in the pack work? I don't know that Ellen, like Ellen wasn't born. Sorry, Kendra wasn't born yet when Ellen died.
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh,
That's I think
absolutely not.
right. I think Grandma Bess probably would recognize it. Right, where we were like I first served as a Hal under Ellen when I was I was what, like 18, 19 maybe when I was getting
Okay.
started there,
Mm.
right? And Ellen was an adult, and she, now it's what, 40 some odd years later, 50 some odd
Gotcha.
years later,
Yeah.
And I
maybe
don't.
more, right? With werewolf lifespans. Um,
And I don't think it is like. I don't think it's generally like a patrilineal or matrilineal kind of succession. It just happened that way with Kendra this time.
Yeah.
mhm.
It's like unless challenged, I think it might pass
Yeah, like
down the family.
like, there might be things like in times of war, this person takes it on if the leader dies, kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so I say Kendra, it was a shit show out there. Kalia's running scared, trying to push us around. There's a collector And a turn pelt, and I gotta ask you, how much do you trust Lawrence?
Kendra looks a bit taken aback, and it's like Lawrence has been loyal so far, but I mean, we took him in, and I would expect one to be very loyal to the pack that took you in when you had nowhere to go.
You brought him in awful close, awful fast, and he's connected to the turn pelt. Of that, there's no doubt. No doubt at all.
Do you know that
You have
Lawrence
any?
has been? Do you know that Lawrence has been forthright with you regarding where he came from?
And Kendra looks looks angry, but it's an undirected anger. You can't tell. It's like, it's not like, how dare you bring this up? It's more of a, well, fuck, why didn't I think of this? And she looks at Cantrix and looks at Bess. Like, you say that that this is without a doubt he is connected. Do you have any proof that this is, like, has he betrayed us in any way?
That I don't know. But I have the word of the dead that he's from the same pack. And, well, and I sort of look to Grandma Bess, and say, and we have no reason to trust him. I don't see why we need. This isn't the goddamn American justice system, innocent until proven guilty. He's an outsider. He came in. He's from he has untrustworthy kin. Do we need more to cut him loose?
Kendra, did you know where he came from?
I knew it came from outside Gary. I knew that he left his pack, and it was somehow, it is just like what Cross did, except for the fact that he did not leave us before.
It is nothing like Cross did. Cross didn't bring a fucking collector into our midst, to our family.
And she crosses her arms together. And again, what proof have you that he has been betraying us?
I don't think that he has done it purposefully. And I don't know this other wolf.
Are you not going to bring up the phone call?
Oh. But I do know Lawrence has told me himself that the reason he left was because him and his kin were being chased, were being hunted.
Fuck. And she looks at Cantrix, and you want me to just disavow him, get rid of him, send him from our midst?
Cut him loose. It's easy enough. Did he wash his clothes in the water of Lake Michigan before joining us?
He did all the correct rituals.
Did he do them correctly? I'm like really trying to give her like an out here. And I look at I'm looking hard at Grandma Bess here. I know Grandma Bess has pull that I don't.
Oh, and just a quick reminder to myself: don't forget that both you and Cross take a tie on each other for spilling to each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beth, so
Kendra.
you gonna pull anything?
Yep. Kendra. I know you haven't been doing this for long. So let me impart some knowledge that you should honestly have known by now. It is pack before everything, and we have been your pack for much longer than he has.
Do you think you're forcing her to spill?
Oh, I'm trying to dominate her.
Oh, you can't. She's the
Oh, no, but I
alpha.
can.
The Grey Pelt
Oh
can.
shit, you can. No, do it.
The Grey Pelt can.
Yay. This is terrible for me, but
Yay
yay.
for special exceptions. Woo! For class-based exceptions.
Let me fucking reveal my trap card. I'm rolling straight on this one, but I can, which is a thing. It's a 5.
Oh, ooh.
Right, and I can't help when she's rolling against another member of the pack, right? That's only when you're outside the pack,
let me.
right? The pack moves. That's how those work.
Let me check real quick.
Right? Can you assist?
You can assist, but you can spend 1 to 3 points of pack pool per person.
Even though she's rolling against a member of the pack.
Yes, you may.
And what did you roll? A 5 or a 6?
I rolled a 5, so it would be 2.
I'm going to ask just to make sure. Are you cool with spending 2 pack pool to make this work, or would you rather have the failure?
I'd be cool either way. I don't know which one is more narratively interesting.
What do you think, Matthew? Are you cool with losing 2 pack pool to give the alpha the middle finger?
Oh, you're muted.
Yes.
Yes.
I need a hotkey for muting outside of the screen.
All right, so let's do it then. I think what I do is, I say, did we decide what the previous pack leader was named?
No. I think just off the
Jeremiah sounds like a good name.
Yeah.
Yep, that's great.
Yeah.
So
It's what Jeremiah would have done.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that gets you to a 7, and they get a. And so yeah, I think she sighs and it's like, I don't want to do this in a sideways manner. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to come at it teeth first. So I don't want to look for a loophole to get him out of the pack. If we're going to remove him, I want it to be official. I want it to be hard.
The goddamn alpha, Kendra. You can just tell him.
This is your first big challenge, Kendra.
You get to prove yourself as an alpha.
Just
Can we hear that through the door?
Like the phone was left off the hook. He's
the entire time. Just imagining like a bunch of like kids just around the phone listening to grandma fight.
Like, this is better than the Golden Girls, yeah. Yeah, I think Kendra just clenches her fists and pushes past both of you. But meanwhile, what was going on in the main room with Cross during this entire wonderful conversation? And
I'm pretty sure I could hear raised voices from outside at that point.
you probably could, but at the beginning, I think you see Nathan is doing the dishes still from like that huge family meal, and because heavens knows, he doesn't need to have another reason to give Grandma Bess to nag him. And some of the pups are just wandering about, being quite. I think. Uh, I think I'm imagining them around the ages of like 12 to 15, mostly. So I guess playing some kind of different games, except for Cyrus, who is the oldest of the. Oh yes, Cyrus. I think this is the first time you've kind of been alone with Cyrus without any of the elders about, and you were told to watch over Lawrence, but Cyrus is coming up to you, and I think just like gets up in your face. So, what the fuck was that about? Why'd you get to go with the old bag of wind with that other one?
Hmm. Um, I just answered quite plainly. It's sort of like it's interpack business. We um, we can't discuss it until we know more, until we're absolutely sure.
So nothing went down out there. It's just
Mm.
business as usual. Nothing
It's
that's going to
something.
affect the pack.
Mhm. Hmm. I try to get a read on him a bit better. Let's see.
Uh,
You know what? How do I sort of tell him to back off on badgering me?
Dominate.
Dominate, yeah, I'll just dominate. Yeah, I say, I say, stop pestering me, cub, and I mean, he is a cub. So
Yeah, roll with teeth.
sorry, I instinctively reached for my dice and I forgot that the dice room's there.
No problem.
Okay, let's go. That is a 7 with a teeth of 0, I believe.
I think you have a teeth of
A
one.
1, 8, 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So hmm. Mostly under your control. Half heartly, but may have been
Uh, so I would argue that I get him to badger off, but it's not like he's not going to ask again another person or inquire about it with other people.
I think if it's okay, I think he's going to back off for now, but he's going to spread rumors to the other Cubs.
That sounds great. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like a more sensible consequence.
Yeah. So you see him like just gives you this filthy look. Just can't believe you still hold higher rank than him, even though he stayed. God damn it! And he just backs off, and you see like the other kids gathering around him, and he just like looks back at you, starts whispering to them. They look at you, whisper, 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 kid stuff.
I mean, that's the natural order of of you know like age hierarchies.
Yeah, and as the voices raise in the other room, you see Lawrence looking very nervous, and I
Hmm.
think he starts. I think he'll start heading towards the kitchen.
Um, I sort of put myself in between him and I go, what do you need from the kitchen? Where do you think you're going?
I just need some fresh air, man. Come on.
Uh, there are other ways to get fresh air around the house. You know that.
I'm not going to smoke in Grandma Bess's house. She'll kill me.
There's always the front lawn.
No thanks. And he tries to dodge around you.
Um, I push him back physically.
Okay. He will look shocked,
Hmm.
and then I guess try to push you back as well.
Hmm. Whew. I guess make a challenge. No, that's for being the alpha dog.
Yeah. Are you going? I think it's you can either maul. You can try to make this maybe a physical provoke spill,
Oh,
or
yeah. No. Let's do that. Let's do the physical provoke spell.
okay.
Yeah. Um. Is this okay? Hmm. Yeah. All right. Roll plus heart, I guess.
And how are you doing? Are
So.
you like you grappling him, like getting him in a headlock, like making him like calm down, kind of
Oh,
thing?
you know what? I say I put my hand like forcefully on his wrist or his arm and sort of like try to wrestle him around and say, uh, if you need a smoke so badly, it can wait. Other, which is, and if you insist on doing it in the kitchen, then tell me what you really want.
That works for me. Roll to provoke.
All right.
That's with
Dice
heart.
roll. First dice roll. Okay. That is a 9 plus a heart of 0. 9.
Okay, so are you going to spill as well, or can he lie?
Hmm. I'll spill as well. Yeah, that sounds interesting to me. I will say, yeah, they see. Their response provokes you to spill as if they'd rolled a 10 plus. Sorry, this move kind of confuses me sometimes. So, what am I supposed to do in response
He
to
will
my?
he will spill first, and then after he is spilled, it'll you spill like what that makes you feel. I guess is how I
All
put
right.
it best.
Yeah, no, the 10 plus thing is that you don't get the options to lie or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, got it. Got it.
yeah. So he'll he'll just kind of like you break down a little bit, and it's like I can't go out there. Look, I just can't go out there alone, and I or if I have to go out there alone, I have to get out there now. I mean, if they, what if Kendra marks me as a lone wolf and no other pack will take me in, and I'm dead set going to be killed by a collector?
So I tell them, which is, look, I understand how you feel. Which is every wolf is afraid of losing their place. But I need you to trust in the pack. Um, the last thing no, they might say or do a lot of things, but the last thing they would do is throw you to a collector.
And that's when Kendra, Cantrix, and Grandma Bess come out of the room together, I guess, with Kendra leading.
They won't throw you out. Are yelling about throwing them out.
That's the joke.
And I think Kendra comes out and sees Cross like holding Lawrence, and it's like, bring him to me.
Hmm.
Does Cross bring Lawrence too?
Yeah, I
And
totally do that. Yeah. I don't think I need to even wrestle him for that, right?
oh, I think he is looking a bit pensive, but he will
Mm.
yeah, he will like be like. Do you kneel him in front of her? Do you like stand him in front of her? What do you do?
I just push him forward from the small of his back. I don't think it's necessary to put him down to a kneel position like he's gonna be
Gotcha.
executed.
And Kendra, I imagine Kendra is like 5'4", but you never look down on her, kind of thing. And she just looks at Lawrence is like, we took you in. We didn't ask questions. We didn't ask the right questions. We didn't ask enough. I don't think you should be in the pack anymore. This is what you're bringing down upon us. Cannot be like he gets, teary-eyed, begins to cry and beg her to not kick him out, and he keeps getting close to her while she's standing her ground. Cross, you said they weren't going to throw him out. It seems that they kind of are. What are you doing?
Muted.
By the way, I hate me. Let's see. Um, I go like, oh no, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that is it really that necessary to throw him out?
And Kendra just like, we cannot have collectors brought down upon us. And like, I think the rest of the pack begins, gasp! Oh no! What's this background noise? Background noise.
Yeah. Surely there is another way. Um, just so I'm perfectly clear, out of character, like the collectors will descend upon us for Lawrence, or just for what Lawrence has done in general.
Kendra thinks it's because they will come for Lawrence. Grandma Bess knows it's probably they will come for Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's no information that he was selling you guys out.
Yeah, because like the way I see it in character, the way I see it is, well, which says we can just lock him up. We can just give him shelter and just
Ooh.
deny that he's here for as long as it takes for us to figure it out.
It's not like any of you have a move for that.
Hey. Bess knows that this collector is probably coming for Lawrence, but thinks that once they're here, it's like, oh look, a bunch of other wolves.
Yeah, and also
they're all clumped together, and many of them are children.
Yeah, and Bess, I think kicking. I don't think kicking him out is going to stop the collectors from coming. Honestly.
Oh, are you going?
Are you asserting this to me?
Yeah.
So what do you?
I mean, I'm not sure if you agree or disagree with that, but that's what I'm telling you.
Do not agree.
Oh.
Cantrix, how do you feel?
I think I say gently to Cross. I say, we're in public, and the Alpha has spoken. Remember your place. And this, I have a move to persuade a packmate to comply with, ignore tradition, disobey or obey the Alpha, or challenge the Alpha. So I'm pushing Cross to obey the Alpha here, to not push back against this command.
Okay, roll heart.
Yay!
Going to roll heart.
Thank you for telling my character off.
And I think this is like I say it quietly, but so that everyone can hear, right? Like this is about performing obedience in front of everybody.
Everything is performative.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's a 6 plus 2 is an 8. So if the Pac-Man is NPC, they do what you want with complication. They have PC and they agree to do it. Do what you want. They get a +1 forward to act on it. So I mean, what does it mean to get a +1 forward to obey the Alpha here?
Actually kicking him out.
Yeah, like if Lawrence puts up a fight, you'll have +1 against him. Are you going to comply?
I'm going to.
Wait, I got an 8. Do I want to spend my ties to make it? No, that just gets me 1 tie. The 10 doesn't make that much of a difference. Never mind.
That's bad tie economy.
Yeah, this is a fun move, but I think it anyways.
Because if you don't agree, I think this would be a great time to challenge the alpha if you wanted.
To disobey or challenge the alpha.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Wait, I'm trying. Sorry, what playbook is Cantrix at? I forget.
I'm the
Cantrix
Howl.
is the Howl.
Okay.
Right, but basically all this means is like there's not a big incentive here. If you want to do this, you get +1 forward to do it, but you don't get actually anything out of it. There's no
Many big.
No, I'm not. I'm not ready to to defy the alpha. That doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for Cross.
Okay.
right.
So yeah, I think
The last thing he would want is to try to beat the alpha.
yeah. So Lawrence will look just terrified at Cross, just like asking for, like, begging for help from anyone who will listen. And Cantrix, what does it look like when someone is banished from the pack? Is there a ritual to this? Is there a ceremony?
I mean, I guess my question is, and this is like when someone who is actually a member of the pack is banished from the pack, right? I think the question here is sort of like how fully was Lawrence actually embraced?
He was Kendra's second.
Yeah.
Well, so I know that Kendra accepted him, but like,
I mean, the whole pack or something.
But
but even like part of what we've been talking about is that Kendra is sort of like started undermining some of the older traditions, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
like,
she like it seemed like she took to him because he took to her and was new.
right, like my question is sort of, and I know she said all of the rituals were done properly, but like, were they? Right, but they were by her lights. Would they have been by mine?
Um,
I guess is the question.
I would say yes, that they would, but that you can still banish him by the alpha's will. Like, there is no loophole, like,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I think, but so yeah. So I wasn't even thinking like legalistic, like legalistic loopholes so much as like there's stuff changing, right? Kendra is doing things differently, and like she could have done it right without me necessarily liking how she did it. Is I guess the sort of question.
What you're asking, I think, is like, yes, he is part of the pack, but have people welcomed him?
Right?
as
Is
part
there
of the pack?
has he been fully embraced, or is there like a sense that he's kind of an outsider still?
I think it's still kind of I think basically Cross is technically newer, but like Cross has more of a personality, like a set in the pack because he'd come from it before.
He's a known entity.
Lawrence is still at the freshman step. Like, you can kick him out.
Right. So I think so. I do think there are sort of rituals that are supposed to happen here. Um, uh, there's a I think like it's probably something like right to come back into the pack you have to bathe in the waters of Lake Michigan. Your clothes have to be washed in Lake Michigan, right? And that's like even if you're then whatever to join the pack, there's also probably other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think so. The sort of converse of that is that right he has to be cut and his clothes stained with his blood, right? I think that's like and his own blood, and I think that normally, right, there would be like a normal expulsion of someone with there's like a full try, like whatever it is, right? For someone who, right, that's a very freighted moment. But I think I just come up behind him, like
To stab a
manifest
kitchen knife.
yeah, with my manifest a claw
Oh.
and just like rip it, like do like a quick slice into his sleeve and arm.
I think I'm gonna have to have you
and the point is not to hurt him. I'm definitely happy to roll that
Mauling.
magic, whatever the one is that lets me use my wolf powers.
Given to the wolf. I think you are needed
Is
to
it
be
is it
for that.
is it given to
Given
the
or
wolf?
harness?
Right. I think is it given or harness. I'm not going fully into wolf form here. Oh, but no, but this is harness the wolf is like a senses thing, not an action thing.
Yeah, given. I think you're at least wanting to get claws.
Yeah, no, I'm totally cool with giving into the wolf here. That's fun.
No problem. And it's just a terrifying thing will happen if you lose control.
Correct. But
In front of the children.
That's fun too. What's
have
my
any
feral?
of these kids
What's
seen
my?
someone be expelled before?
That's a great question.
Your feral is
Bad.
-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I take this experience in wolf or human?
Which would you prefer? I'll be nice.
I'll take it in wolf.
Yeah, and I think the thing is you go up and you like reach into like grip at his skin, and that's when you realize that it's not on right, and that's why you look closer, and
Holy shit.
you can see that it's almost like it's a simulacrum of his skin over someone else's form, and you rip it off, and what was Lawrence is a laughing vulpine in your midst.
Plus, you've got my control
This
of
is
my
great.
character for the next scene.
Yeah, and actually, I think that is the hard move. Let's
It's a specific fail condition of given to the wolf.
yeah,
Yep.
and I think but that this definitely strikes up your fight instinct as you I think fling yourself back, but oh no, let's I can't. That'll just throw you all into a fighting. I think the let's rewind a bit. I think you do rip into Lawrence, but you rip in too hard, and that like his clothes rip out. You are standing over him. The smell of blood takes over your nostrils, and that's when you lose control. And you are shifting into not the wolf form that you were controlled with the ritual, not the human form that you were controlled with at dinner, but that mixed war form that lets people know you're here for business. And Lawrence falls to the ground and looks up at you, clutching his torn chest. Please, I just wanted a place to stay. Don't kill me. Don't let her kill me. And Grandma Bess, Cross, what do you do?
All right. So I think Lawrence is an irresponsible motherfucker, but I want him to die, and I also know Cantrix probably better than anyone. So I put myself between the two of them. After the slash happens and Lawrence goes spilling to the ground, and put myself in front of the two, between the two of them, still in human form. It's like, Cantrix, it's over.
Are you dominating Cantrix?
Oh, obviously.
Roll your teeth.
For someone with 0 teeth, a lot of that. 7.
Okay, so if you go along with this, I think you
I mean, I don't have control of myself, right? I'm an
Rolling
NPC for
moves
this.
for no reason.
I'm an NPC for this scene. I'm yours, Ferret. Do with me as you will.
you don't
Hey, roll. bullshit for no
This is
reason.
like a really scary thing in this game that I love a lot. It's like, yeah.
Like,
And
I get to go grab a soda. I don't know.
I think that's Cantrix rears back. I think Cantrix says something in like the werewolf. What would be like the holy tongue, or like what would be like Latin for Catholics, and pushes Bess out of the way, and we just see the shadow of her muzzle go down on Lawrence's chest, and in the shadow there is the sound of ripping and tearing as the blood splatters against the wall.
And Kendra just watches.
Kendra has no control over this pack.
And I think that Kendra Kendra will been taking her own half wolf form and tackles into Cantrix as
I try to put myself in between. I was looking at. Sorry, I should have established that I want to go and sort of like stop Kendra from doing anything.
oh my gods, no, but yes.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is the point at which Kendra needs to be doing something.
I know.
I know she does, but if she's lunging for Cantrix,
Also, do I take harm from that?
I'll say just one harm.
Okay.
I mean, you were backhanded by a werewolf. You've got to take something.
Yeah.
just to be perfectly clear, Kendra's lunging for Cantrix, not Lawrence.
Correct.
Okay.
Lawrence is like 7 different pieces right now.
Lawrence is savaged.
And did Lawrence? And Lawrence was never actually exposed as a Vulpine, right?
Yeah, correct. I retconned that. That
Yeah.
was. No, you've just gone ham on Lawrence right now. So, are you going to try to stop Kendra from stopping Cantrix, or?
Yes.
I think roll either to harness the, or to give in to the wolf, or maul.
I think it's given to the wolf time. Oh God.
Okay. Roll your. Well, you have bad fair. Oh, better feral than
the only one.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, feral 0. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Oh, that's a 10.
Oh,
Choose
God.
2.
If I add to the pack pool? Like, what's the immediate benefit of that?
That anyone who takes your side can join in and help you, kind of thing. I mean, it's just kind of it is one of the options. Like, I mean, if you think the pack will help you stop Kendra, feel free.
I sadly do think that. Whether that's true remains to be seen. So I'm reducing hardened guts by +2 total and increasing teeth and feral +2 total, and then adding 2 to the pack pool.
Gotcha. I have added that 2 to the pack pool.
All right. So yeah, temporarily. Let's see.
Do you think you are now challenging the alpha for position?
That's not how Cross thinks he's doing it, but that's exactly what he's doing.
You were stopping the alpha from making a move to defend the pack.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'm rolling in make challenge. Is that it?
Yeah, that would be I would say, do you want to change that you reduce your guts then? Because you were actually quite good at guts before this.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's see. So,
could it, if you don't want it to be challenged, could it just be disobey? I just want to throw that out there as a possible.
True, that could be it, because you would be challenging what the traditions of like letting the pack leader do what she was wanting to. So yeah.
I mean, I just wanted to sort of throw that out there as a possible option if you don't want to make that big play. But if you do it because it's fucking awesome. It's
the big play.
Yeah, I'm making the big play. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's sweet.
Yeah, I would
It
say
feels too soft. Feels too soft. I'm sorry.
you
It feels
probably
too
would want
soft.
to have +2 armor just in case this mega challenge goes bad.
Uh, okay. So you're saying we're supposed to do +2 armor, +2 back pool?
Yeah, that's what I would suggest, just in
Yeah,
case.
let's do it. All right. I'm ready to roll on a +2d6.
Let's
2d6 +2. Yeah.
yes, let's
Two.
see how this challenge goes.
Uh, 9 plus 2, 11.
Yes,
I'm
you are
dying.
now the pack alpha. Let's
Good luck with that.
Wait,
where
I
you can
have I have a +1 from my set apart, so it's 12.
So you were super the alpha now.
I'm dying.
yeah. So
Yeah. Whew. You are
so you
not a
may now
passenger.
take the alpha skin and trade in whichever moves you want for
Can
alpha
we
moves.
can we just put the camera on this moment for a second? I'm just
Yeah, exactly.
like
Let's,
what
I
does
need,
this
what does
look
this
I need
like?
to
look?
see
Yeah,
this.
What happens here?
Oh my god.
yeah. Kendra is lunging for Cantrix, and what do you do?
I strike I strike her with, I guess if getting everything into the wolf means a wolf transformation, right? So I transform, sort of give her my back hand that becomes a paw, strike her down on flat on the ground, and then I use my hind paws to sort of like pin her down, and um, and assert that this is not the way.
And she looks like, and like she's about to say something. I think Cantrix just like tears back into Lawrence, and Kendra just
I
closes
res-
her eyes, and
yeah.
tears are streaming down her face as she lets Cantrix rip into their former packmate. And I
I
think what are you? What is Cross just going to let that happen?
that, and I say, as it happens, it's sort of like, I respect your desire to do things differently, but you do not have, uh, but you are lost, is what I say.
Yeah, I think like, that's like the final thing. That's when Lawrence's screen sounds finally stop, and it's just Cantrix eating. And I will now throw control back to Cantrix just for a single move that
Mm.
I think Cantrix knows what is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is presumably speak with the dead. Are we gonna let it? Yes, you're gonna let it trigger on this. Fine. We don't have to
Yes.
dwell on what's happening here. Yeah. So I will make that roll. And what is it plus?
I think it is. Let me check.
Plus heart, so it's a 10.
Aha! You get to ask two.
Um,
Some of these we know.
yeah. I think the first thing is, what was your secret?
Um.
We all made a bunch of assumptions.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was on purpose for Jesse. It was not on purpose for Cantrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. His secret was that his entire pack. He and his entire pack were parasite plague dogs. They sold out other werewolves to collectors to make thin the herd, basically.
Okay, got it. And what do I need to know?
Ooh. You need to know that Gary has an infestation, not of other wolves, but of foxes and coyotes.
Um, can I snap out of wolf form here?
You definitely can.
Yeah, so I think I snap out of wolf form. My mouth is bathed in blood. And
Injured Kendra, injured Bess.
yeah, well, what do I know? I mean, like, do I remember what happened?
Oh, you remember it in vivid detail. You were.
Yeah. And like, I think I read that as Cross backing my play. Not that I did not deliberately intend to kill
the boy.
Lawrence, but I think I'm going to play it that way. Right? I think that's my move, knowing what I now know. And I say, I know the dead only speak truth, and the truth he told me. This is definitely being calculated, by the way. And the truth he told me is that he sold us out like his packmate did. It's what they do. There are foxes stalking us. And I say, what do I say? I say, Cross had the prescience to let it play out. Praise the new alpha.
And I think right before we fade out for commercial break for our next break, like it pans by everyone. I guess like the youngest cub who just like opens up Bess's window and throws up outside.
Yeah.
I feel that kid.
Honestly, that's fair.
Yeah, so we will come back at let's say 15 after the hour.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Poor Maria. Poor Dawn. This is going to be so.
Dawn's gonna come back. They're like, I took a couple days away just to hang out with some people. Came back. It's like, where the fuck did Lawrence go?
Why do we have new carpet?
The carpet was a rush order. We have guys. We're like, don't ask questions. Or we don't. Like, who can afford that shit, really? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, and they probably have to come in from outside Gary.
Oh my god.
Like there isn't enough like industry or business in Gary to like.
To have
I guess
a dedicated carpet cleaner.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody you can hire somebody, but it's like.
It's one motherfucker with a shop vac. Like that's it.
Yep, exactly.
Or it's their second or third job.
They don't like to actually physically afford professional carpet cleaning supplies.
No, just get someone with a shop back on Fiverr. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. And we pay them extra to stop asking questions.
And we pay them extra to not ask questions and to use their cars at the same time. But yeah, I think this is a good time for a bit of a time skip. And don't forget, you definitely were calculating their cantricks. Take your heartbeat experience.
I took it for human path. It was after I shifted back to human, and that was a very human play. That wasn't a wolf play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but I want to do a bit of a time skip, and again, give me 1 second. Again, Grandma Bess, I will prod you for to add a narrative or lore to the world if you would like. What happens when a alpha is taken down and replaced by a new wolf? What does the pack? How does the pack celebrate or commemorate the event?
All right, were you asking me or was it someone
I was
else?
asking me.
Yeah, Grandma Bess.
Oh, Grandma. Yeah.
I think it depends on how the transition happens. Like with we gave her dad a name, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
If it's a alpha that passes peacefully or hands over their control, it's more of a celebration of their leadership and their life. But when it's forcefully taken like this, there is a bit of ambiguity. There are ceremonies to welcome them in, and I think it's a larger gathering where we do get some of the people from the neighboring packs, kind of quinceañera style, like introducing this person formally to the society, to the town at large as our new leader, as well as like something smaller and private. Where we all kind of we all show our dedication to both the pack and to our new alpha. So we have a party to plan.
Oh, I think we're going to start in in party res, but take a experience neither wolf or human for that bit of exposition.
Thank you.
I not to be a pedantic, but I think it might be in media parte.
However it is correct is fine by me. I was just being a jerk. But
and one for the pack pool.
Yeah. I think that Miller Beach will be there. I think Pulaski will be there. I think even the neighborhood across Interstate 65 will be there. And
have we found Orion?
Orion is back, but Kayla's worried. Orion's been acting real nice, and Orion only acts nice for like 2 occasions.
When he needs something?
When he needs something or when he's done something.
Yep.
And he don't seem to need anything since he's been back.
All right.
But I imagine like this is in like a park style in Atna, like
Yeah.
kind of near the woods, more uh, rural of an area. Um, Grills going, different kinds of meats being fired up. Is there like a traditional kind of meal served here, like like venison or salmon for the bougie Miller Beach werewolves?
I think it's every pack goes hunting, and they have to bring back a kill from their hunt as kind of a token to our new alpha.
Ooh,
I love that.
yeah. So I think Pulaski's going to be. I imagine them as kind of the lower class wolves compared to Atna. Like I imagine that they come just with like several packs of meat from like like not even like an Amazon store, like a specialty meat store online
Mm.
kind of thing. And Miller Beach will have caught a lake appropriate fish from Lake Michigan to as their sacrifice. I imagine it's going to be big enough to serve several types of people, and I think that just what was the wild? How disrespectful do I want them to be? No,
That sounds like a you choice.
yeah, actually, yeah. Cross, do you want to be fully respected at this party, or do you want some sass?
I'm not sure if the question is. I'm not sure if sass is what I'd be looking for, and but something with a little bit more um, grounded, more down to earth.
Yeah,
Not
think
quite as formal as precedent has set.
Yeah, that's right.
I think they're going to. I think it'll be just a trial. Then they will bring an opossum.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Sorry, what's an opossum?
It's the American marsupial. It's often seen as like common roadkill in
Oh,
but in
yeah.
southern states, in certain places, it's a delicacy.
Because are we sure it's not roadkill?
I think it's
I
they
mean,
actually hunted it down. It's not like they didn't like car it down.
There's
I
like
don't know that.
yeah,
the
some people might define car,
Hunt.
car hunt.
the classic like American 50s cookbook, The Joy of Cooking, has instructions for how to butcher and cook a possum.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, wow. Definitely the motoring age.
Mhm.
Possums are little demons, though.
They're the worst. They're terrifying.
They're
Prehensile
like,
rat tails, weird naked faces.
There's a picture in the chat.
what if a raccoon was more trash?
I love
No,
possums. They eat ticks.
Raccoons are also the worst.
Raccoons are assholes, but they're smart.
They-
Possums are just assholes to be assholes.
We've picked like the two pest rodents that I dislike the most. Just
Okay, we can.
But let's move on.
anyways,
we can debate.
let's discuss not how Jesse feels about this, but how Cross feels about being
Cross.
served possum.
Oh,
This is so much different than the one we had 2 months ago.
I mean, is that disrespectful? No.
It's up to you. You can decide how Cross feels about it.
Well, sorry, who was the one which clan? Sorry, which group
Pack.
served the possum? Which pack?
Interstate 65.
Hmm.
You know what? I'll take it in good. I'll take it in good faith. I'll take it in good grace, because, unless they had to go out of their way You know what I mean? To find a possum, it doesn't seem out of. It seems like a reasonable resource for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what else would I expect from I-65's hunting?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think their pack leader is this um, just big old hulk of a man, like 6 foot 7 inches of muscle, and he comes like with this big apron on that I think like there was stitching you. You say something the cook, now it just says cook, and there's sign that it has been through several generations, and he is I think he even has like the 1950s joy of cooking with him. But this is Isaac, the leader of the Alpha of I-65's pack.
All right.
This is
Yeah.
this is fine.
This is
Yeah,
this is fine. Yeah.
I think the other things like the packs will begin like cooking their offering each in their own kind of way as a sign of deference to the new Alpha. If that worked with Grandma Bess,
Hmm.
it's like the different smells of different meats and flavors are going up in the air. I think Cross, you can see Kayla and Grandma Bess off talking to one side
Hmm.
if you want to get involved with that, or maybe see what Cantrix thinks about all of this, or
I would, yeah. I would not approach Vivica and what's her name, Kyla directly because
Kalia, yeah.
right now, yeah, Kalia, because we still have a situation, or we still have a thing with them. So I'll just ask, I think moving forward, I feel like the my point of contact or my point of interaction with Kalia and uh,
both
Vivica
one.
would be Cantrix and Grandma Bess.
That's what I say.
Cantrix mostly.
I meant that Grandma Bess was with Kayla, not Kalia. The I should
Kayla
yeah, the from
Pulaski
Pulaski. Yeah,
or Pulaski.
she's the one who's married to Orion, who went missing for a few days.
That's right. That's right. Sorry, I get those names mixed up.
Yeah, I can see why, because I slur my words.
uh, yeah. So I'll see what Cantrix thinks about this.
Okay, Cantrix, you are approached by Cross. What were you up to during this fine celebration of his ascendancy?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've kind of been trying to play politics, right? Right. This sort of came about. This was not planned. This came about because of something I did, and Cross backed me up, and
Yeah,
so I'm really
exactly.
want it to work. Um, and so I'm like talking him up. I'm like talking him up to to the various different not the pack leaders, because I recognize that like that doesn't always go so well, and Kalya's pissed at me for sure. I'm definitely wearing Ellen's scarf. And I don't know, I don't care what the weather is, what season it is, I'm wearing that scarf. And I but like the lieutenants, the other spiritual leaders, right, sort of like trying to lay the groundwork for what I know Cross is going to do in terms of talking about our bigger problems, and also trying to sort of like make things seem more deliberate and less accident, right? That this was a coup. We knew about the problem. We were working, and Kendrick couldn't handle it, and so Cross stepped up.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think as Cross gets closer to Cantrix, some of the spiritual leaders are, watching him, assessing you. If like feeling like the best ones are just looking at you, the worst ones are looking through you. Cross.
Mm.
What do you do?
Um, I th- I guess what I'm doing right now is just sort of like getting a feel for everyone's like attitudes uh, towards like my place, but also sort of like understand, what plans they're making for themselves. You know what I mean?
Do you think you are harnessing the wolf?
Yeah, yeah. I know I invoke that move very often, but I think it just makes sense now. Cross the space right now to not necessarily be reactionary, but to sort of like read the room. So
Hmm.
yeah. So let's roll that. Let's roll that. Let's roll that. Hmm. Am I? Did I lose the connection?
I don't see it. It hasn't rolled,
No.
but you're still on.
Rolling. Weird. The dice roller isn't working for me. Just refreshing
Refresh
the.
it and try again. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Roll. Whew. Not working. I just refreshed it. Okay, one more refresh, and I'm reaching for my dice just in case. Yeah, it's not working.
Hmm.
All right. Uh, I need to make myself some resources in a table so I don't keep constantly grating on your nerves with having to check the books all the time. That is a 4 and a cock, 4 and a 1.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah, not great, not great. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
feels like a good opportunity to roll to you. Well, how much pack pool do we have?
Well, you have quite a bit right now. I
You have a
think
bit.
it's
We have a
It's an 8.
yeah, we're at 8.
You know what? Yeah,
yeah.
let's if I have with the permission to back, I'll just use the pool
Another
since
pack
Someone
member
else
has
has
to
to
use
help
them.
you out.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like
yeah
you're trying to like smell out the situation, right?
yeah.
Right. So I think maybe what I've done, I sort of like come over and like whisper in your ear like the conversations that I've had. Does that work?
Yeah.
Are you cool with that, Grandma
Works.
Bess?
Uh,
Yep.
Great. So that's 2 points. It's 2 pack pool. Just to sort of like, so I'm like filling you in a little bit as to what I've learned. Um,
So yes, you get to ask one question.
all right, one question. Let's see. Hmm. What is the strongest emotion in this location?
Strongest emotion is, I want to say fear, but in the form of paranoia.
Um, can with the GM's permission, can I get an indication of like where that paranoia is directed at?
It's directed outside of
The
like
world
outside the
beyond.
packs, with the I think the information that Lawrence and those members of the pack were selling out wolves, and like
Mm.
people are now worried that they are being hunted.
Ooh, you know what? I think it might be necessary to sort of give a speech at the end of this gathering.
Hmm.
I think it's actually an alpha playbook move, but I'm not sure if I took it. Uh, I mean, we can continue the RP of the scene for the moment, but that is definitely my plan, which is to reassure people with some words.
Yeah, and I think the lieutenants are taking you in and seem to be pleased by what they see. They nod at Cantrix and begin milling about to their own leaders to spread the information off to them. I think Grandma Bess will cut to you for a bit. I think you're probably parlaying more with the leaders, as they're the ones who are taking up the mantle of chef for each of their dishes. And I'll give you a choice because again, I'm a very nice Mustela GM. Is it a Kendra or Nathan, who is your aide today.
Hmm. I think much to his chagrin, it's Nathan.
Oh, lovely. And you said he was like 25 or 35, I forget.
I don't know if I ever said.
Hmm. No, he works at the corner 5. You said that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah, but I think like he feels way too old to be an aide, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like he can't say that to you. That would be very improper.
Hmm.
But you're going around and it seems like everyone's preparing quite a nice dish for this entire party. But um, are you gonna probe for something, or do you want to like check tradition wise, or see what people's thoughts on Cross are?
Uh, so I also feel like I kind of want to scope out what the vibe is
Okay. So
and
yeah,
harness Wolf in that way.
feel free.
Yeah. Because Bass is not super content about the possum. No, no, like it's very much a like, oh, bringing in Kendra felt very different than now bringing in Cross
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
people were like, it was more celebrating Jeremiah's life and like the bringing in of this like new legacy. And now it's like, oh, well, that shit's over. And Bess is like, yeah, the possum, like you couldn't even like go an hour out and hunt.
There are woods over there.
There are woods right there.
13. Good.
13.
Ask
So
3.
that's 3.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. What smells wrong here?
Ooh. Orion.
Yeah, I thought so. Where does the pack need to be?
Mm, on guard, watching the weakest members right now.
Which are all the cubs? Great. And what is the biggest threat to the pack? Which I feel like I already know, but
Um, the closest threat would be a deceit left undiscovered. Which,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I think you can easily point at one of your answers already.
Mm-hmm. So I think again, as we're going around, and Bess is really trying to like get Nathan in. It's like, this is technically a place of honor, that people feel like you are worthy enough to help me out with this, and maybe one day this will be you.
I could have been a doctor, like Cross, and then I could have come back and just ended up being the pack leader in less than a week.
You could have been a doctor, but that wasn't the choice you made.
Not the choice that was made for me.
I know it's difficult being who we are.
You think it's difficult? You get to boss everyone around, even Kendra when she had that limited amount of time in the spotlight. You control everyone. You control everything in this world. This is your world. It's not mine.
It didn't have to be. This did not have to be your world, but you made that choice. You chose family, and now you're living with it. And one day, you'll get to the same place that I'm at. I've made it where I am because I've learned to survive. And you'll learn that too.
Yeah, just grits his teeth and looks away from you.
Go see if Orion wants to try some of this before we set it out.
He will grumble over and go over to Orion, who is, I think, like showing off shadow puppets to some of the cubs.
Waves him over.
And are you going to talk to anyone while that's going on, or are you going to wait for him to head over your direction?
I'm waiting for him to come over.
Yep, and
That was a go ask him, but no, I don't mean ask. I mean bring him over.
yeah, he will be brought over in a few minutes, and looks left and right. Oh, Bez, great to see you. Is that a new skincare regimen? You can barely see the wrinkles under your eyes anymore.
That was an attempt at a compliment. I know I'm an old fuck. How are the kids?
He chuckles. They're great, so probably not mine, but I'll still love them.
And how are you?
I'm fine. I just needed some time by myself and just time to think, time to grow as a person.
Think. Kayla almost thought you walked out on her.
Yeah, but she's clingy.
She's the clingy one. For as long as I've known the both of you.
Look, you leave for like 4 or 5 days and she thinks you're going to be gone forever. It's like asking too much, man.
You aren't getting messed up in nothing. Right?
Me? Messed up? Oh, not anymore.
I don't mean fucked up. I mean running with the wrong groups.
And he grins. Nah, I'm straight.
You wouldn't put your kids in danger like that, would you?
What you want, old bitch?
I want to make sure that everyone in this fucking town lives well.
I'm not doing anything. Why you have a suspicious on me? What did Kayla say something about this?
People don't just vanish. They leave. They say they're gonna leave.
Sounds like you may be
If he were a packmate, I would be provoking Spill so fucking hard, but
he is not. So
he's not.
do you think you may be acting on instinct to make him slip up, or dominating him to obey an order of yours?
I think acting on instinct.
Okay, roll feral +1.
All right. So it's a +3, thank goodness. So it's an 11 total.
Yeah, I think that's you succeed, give it a little flourish and a pack point. And I think you're acting quite parental right now, but I would save that experience point because you can see he's beginning to sweat, but it's almost like it's under his skin.
Orion, I'm going to ask you one question, and the way that you answer this will determine a lot. Where did you go?
Into the woods. Away. To be
With
alone.
who?
And
Because I don't fucking believe you were alone.
he finally shrugs. Okay. Fine piece of tail I found. Followed her into the woods. You think Kayla can keep my attention all the time?
I can't tell if he's lying or not, and I feel like I should.
I mean, feel free to you can dominate him and make him go tell her about this if you'd like, or just test him, or just go for the jugular and attack him in the party, which would probably be completely okay.
This
None
would
of
be
these will.
fine. It's just attacking people in the middle of large gatherings has done as well so far.
Okay. And
So I feel like I grabbed him by the collar of whatever shirt that he's wearing, shirt, sweater, whatever. Just pull him in real close. So you're gonna walk over there and you're gonna tell that lovely wife of yours exactly where you were and exactly who you were with. And she'll sort you out.
Okay.
And I am rolling to dominate.
That is fine.
So it fucking does it.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing. He looks at you and laughs. You think I'm gonna tell her something that's gonna make her act all a fool? No, fuck you, Bess.
And I'm still holding on to his shirt. And I know that something is very wrong.
Yeah, he should not. He should not be able to refuse this.
And then I think a little bit louder. Just, who are you, really?
I am. I am kin. I am who I am. I am who I am in my skin.
You're no kin of ours.
Orion begins to laugh. Oh, you're a clever old one. It only took you, what, 50 minutes?
And I think now is the time we go to attacking people at large social gatherings.
Okay, are you going to do anything? Are you going to just go into Maul or give into the wolf first?
Oh, I'm just gonna go into mall, and
Okay.
it's going to be very funny watching this like little old lady just, like pick up
Throw
his dude
hands.
and slam him into the ground. What is my? Okay, that's fair. It's a 7.
Okay. So you choose one.
Okay, so I am going to. I'm going to discern his next move.
Yeah, you see he's been laughing, but he's not been saying his words loud enough for anyone else but you to hear. And as you slam him into the ground, you notice that Kayla is beginning to rush over to him, and you know his next move is going to try and make her pity give way to ally on his side against you.
Just
But yeah,
still holding him, just like just pinning him to the ground. Look up at Kayla running over. He's like, he's not one of us.
I would say like
This is this is definitely loud enough.
What the hell is going on here right now?
If anyone's talking,
Yeah,
they're muted.
Yeah, everyone else is muted.
Yeah, I mean, I think I run over, but I'm gonna defer to Cross as the alpha, right? If he wants to make a play first or wants to give an order, but
So wait, aren't Bess and Orion sort of like off in the distance? Like how far are they from? Not to
They're
yell
like
too loudly about it.
they're like I'd say like a few meters away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this is a family gathering, like picnic style, like get together.
Like they'd maybe be 2 tables away.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so this isn't one of those like this. This isn't like because when you said quinceañera earlier, I imagined a much larger gathering. But yeah,
Normally it would be, but not for this is werewolves. We don't get many people.
Werewolves in a modern day Gary. There's not a lot of people.
That's true. So yeah, and your altercation, you hit him or you pushed him down?
Oh, just like picked up, slammed into the dirt.
yeah. When we get there, like, what position do we see you in? I guess is the question.
Yeah.
Kneeling over his body, like holding him, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I trust Grandma Bess that when she pins someone down for, it's usually for good reason, that I don't even get up or move over there, but I ask Cantrix to sort of check it out while sort of surveying the area and making sure that no one else sort of tries to
Yeah. So I position my body. I like shove myself in there in between Kayla and Grandma.
Yeah.
Right. So that like Grandma's got Orion and I'm preventing, and I think like this is kind of like a speech almost what I'm about to say, right? This is me. I'm saying it to Kayla, but like it's for everybody.
Yeah. I do stand up like this is kind of, I realize now unconsciously this is kind of callback that time I got up from the chair but stayed in it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. So this time I stand up and sort of like make sure that everyone is at attention while you do that thing.
Yeah. And I say, Kayla, I'm assuming, Bess, you gave me some of the background, like we talked about Orion going missing at some point. This is not new information for me. Can I use that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I say, he was gone, and what's stalking us here. Everybody in this town knows Grandma Bess. She watched your and Orion kids, for God's sake. Like, she's not. Something is wrong here. And I think this is this is a group dominate. This is me. I'm trying to dominate the room. Right? I can do that. Right? It's when you order somewhere to do something.
You like dominate through Kayla, like since Orion's made her reaction will inform everyone else's.
Yeah, you order someone or several someones, right? The thing I'm ordering them to do is back. And I say back the fuck down and let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
Right.
I would
that's
like to,
I think the,
if it's necessary, I will assist in this role.
Awesome. Well, let's see what the roll with the die roll is first. It's dominates plus teeth.
It is.
My teeth is mediocre.
Ooh,
what happened?
And my teeth is 1, so that is a 5. 4.
Oh, that is a 4.
We need to use 3 to push that up to a 7. Was Jamie laughing at me?
Ooh,
Or was that
No,
something
no,
else?
no.
Would they laugh? No. Okay, good. They have their own things to laugh at. I'm glad. I heard that and I heard laughter.
the
I know,
comedic
right?
timing was very good
It was
on that
great.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Do you want to spend 3 pool to push that up, or do you want it to fail?
I'm okay either way. I guess not, because I can't take that experience in human form, and it's for Wolf. But yeah, whatever the pack decides, I'm okay with. Failure can be fun too.
Yeah.
Step forward.
I say, I have an idea if it fails.
Sure. I mean, if it's dramatically interesting.
Piss off the other alphas.
I, not going to go that far yet, but I think Orion literally like slips out of the skin, and instead of being like this massive wolf or this other human or even like some kind of mixed were creature, it is this tiny fox
Wow.
with several tails.
At least I am revealed as telling the truth.
And it like makes like one of those like kind of laughing yaps and disappears into the forest, leaving Orion's skin behind.
Yeah, I'm just holding the Orion
Ew.
skin.
Ew.
Ew.
And I think the final thing, like Kayla will just scream, and the camera will cut into her mouth, and like the credits will roll in the blackness,
Oh.
and we will cut there for the night, and that is where Maria will come back to next week.
I am so excited. Oh my
She'd be
god.
like, this is the worst quinceañera ever.
I'm gonna.
At least you don't have to eat the possum now.
Best, Sarabel, I think it would be funny if you just say like, if we use the quinceañera as a cover, like officially speaking for anybody who cares in the city, like this is actually an actual 15-year-old's quinceañera.
One of these kids has got to be 15.
yeah, right.
Well, I think that's like the hilarious theory. If someone comes by and asks, there's like no
Like,
one who
whose party is it?
Yeah, there's like no one who quite fits the bill. There's a couple of people who maybe could be close. Oh yeah, it's them or that one.
Yeah.
Like, isn't she in my 7th graders class? Don't ask questions.
Yeah. And there are no traditional like quinceañera accoutrements.
It's the girl in the denim jeans. It's what she wanted.
Yeah, it's what she wanted. Booze.
There's a lot of booze.